Welcome to this week's episode of AFL Cairns TV. Before we look at all things footy this week on AFL Cairns TV, we'd like to pay our respects to AFL Cairns Life Member Norma Crathern, who passed away last Friday. The AFL Cairns board, staff and member clubs were deeply saddened to hear of her passing. Norma was such an influential member of our football community and will always be remembered for her commitment, passion and enthusiasm for our game here in Cairns. Norma's connection to AFL Cairns dates back to its foundations in 1955. Back then, the league was known as Cairns Australian Football League. Norma's presence at matches and presentation night to present the Crathern Medal to seniors' best and fairest players, an honour she truly enjoyed, will be greatly missed by us all. Our thoughts and deepest sympathies are with the Crathern family at this sad time. In respect and acknowledgement of Norma's contribution to AFL Cairns, all senior and reserve grade players in round 4 will be wearing black armbands. Vale Norma Crathern. Perfect conditions at Cazalys Stadium on Friday night saw Cairns Saints take on Port Douglas in last year's grand final replay. Scott Rowe provided plenty off the wing for the Crocs, while centre half forward Anthony Sercombe was unstoppable up forward, booting a game-high 5 goals. Including this impressive effort in the goal square. Mitchell McKee was electrifying for the visitors, kicking 3 goals to see Port Douglas win by 19 points. After a minute's silence on Anzac Day, the Lions won their second match of 2015 over the undefeated Bulldogs outfit. Tall timber Luke Webb was in great form, kicking 3 goals. Haley was again impressive, bagging 6. Duncan Seddon kicked a ripper from outside 50 after shrugging a would-be tackler to see the Lions win by 29 points over Centrals. A moving Anzac Day tribute at Fretwell Park set the scene for a must-win clash between South Cairns and North Cairns in front of a big crowd. The 129-point thumping by the Cutters was led by Zach Ewer and Paul Smith, who had a deadly combination through the midfield and forward line respectively. Smith ended up kicking 7 for the match, his best return to date in 2015. Ben Martin was North Cairns' best in an undermanned outfit. Round 3 of the reserves saw the following results. A strong Cairns Saints outfit defeated Port Douglas by a convincing 75 points under lights at Cazalys Stadium. In a low-scoring reserves match, Centrals got the points after beating a determined Cairns City Lions by 16 points. With a 100-point victory to the seniors, South Cairns reserves started the day in similar fashion, recording a 126-point victory over North Cairns. The first of round 4's matches this weekend sees Central's Trinity Beach taking on South Cairns at Crathern Park. Both sides are coming off differing results following round 3. South Cairns recorded their first victory in 2015 by 18 goals against North Cairns, while Central's Trinity Beach are coming off their first defeat to Cairns City Lions. North Cairns will do battle with Cairns Saints at Watson's Oval. North Cairns will be looking to impress after a winless start in season 2015 in front of their home crowd, while Cairns Saints will be determined to bounce back after a 19-point loss to Port Douglas. In match of the round, Cairns City Lions will do battle with Port Douglas at Holloways Beach Sporting Complex. Both sides coming off strong wins in round 3, and this game will be very physical and highly exciting for all the punters. A reminder that round 4's reserve grade matches will start at their regular time of 1 p.m, with seniors commencing at 3 p.m. This week's guest on AFL Cairns TV to speak everything female footy is North Cairns 7-time premiership winning coach and Peninsula Sports Officer Joe Butland and AFL Queensland's Development Manager Kieran Daley. Welcome, guys.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks for having us, Sean.
Firstly, we'll start with you, Joe. This week we have the Peninsula School Sports Championships for youth girls over at Cazalys. Can you give the viewers an insight into what's happening?
Yeah, Sean, we have the Queensland School Sport 16 years and under state championships, as you said. We have 8 regions coming up here to Cairns, which is fantastic for female footy, obviously. Peninsula actually won the inaugural year, so we should have a really good showing this year.
I was going to ask, that was my next question, how will Peninsula go, our very own region here?
Yeah, we've got some raw talent this year, some crossover kids, girls playing or coming across from cross country in particular. So lots of endurance, lots of run in the legs. So we're looking good, and then some carryover students from previous seasons. So
I will ask you to put your North Cairns hat on at the moment.
Yep.
Aligning with these championships is AFL Cairns Women's League Round 1 starting on Saturday. From your perspective, how does youth girls, or how should the youth girls impact the future of the Women's League competition?
Yeah, look, Sean, we've over the last couple of years at North Cairns have been lucky to have a lot of good youth talent come through, and that certainly helped us win our 7 premierships as a coach for me. So we've been very lucky, and we need to make sure that we continue the youth girl program so that we've got the talent coming through.
Our youth girls competition commenced here in Cairns.
Yep.
What is the crossover to the Peninsula side? Are there several girls involved in this team?
Yeah, absolutely. You'll find the majority of the Peninsula girls will be part of the youth girl program and the competition here, and certainly for us to maintain our ability to put a team in these state championships, we need to have that really close relationship with the youth girls comp.
As reigning premiers, North Cairns, how are you setting up for season 2015, and are you excited for the comp to start?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've lost a few good players this year due to work commitments, etc. But we're excited, and you know, footy season, when it gets started, everyone's keen to get in there and lay a few tackles and kick a few goals. So very, very much looking forward to it all.
Over your time in the Women's League competition, how has the landscape of the competition changed?
Yeah, look, from when I started playing, we were playing just wing side, boundary side, 12-a-side. Now we're up to 16, sometimes 18-a-side. You know, and we've got a youth girls competition happening. So the growth across Cairns and across Queensland has been outstanding over the last couple of years. So yeah, we're looking at hopefully, you know, becoming the best competition or maintaining the status as best competition outside Brisbane. And
finally, being a long-time member of this competition, what would you say to people out there that want to get involved in Women's League? Any younger females or older ladies, yep, why should they be involved in our competition?
At the end of the day, it's fun, you know, and it's a great team sport. You've got 22 players playing each week. You've got a range of abilities. Anyone can come and play it. You know, the youth can come and learn off some really experienced players throughout all of the teams. And, you know, it's just a great game to be involved in.
Brilliant. And Kieran, obviously Joe's spoken about the youth talent component with the championships next week and her involvement in the Women's League program. Recently, under the guidance of Craig Starskevich from AFL Queensland, we've put the North Queensland Football Academy together. Can you give the viewers an insight into what's involved in that program and how it came about?
Yes, certainly. Yeah, well, the AFL's realised that our female participation's a huge market, and they're looking at getting a national competition started in 2020, and Queensland want to have a huge impact on that as well. So they've started a Queensland high performance academy, and we've obviously taken that and had a look at it in North Queensland side of things with that as well. So we're trying to get as many talented girls and athletes into that program to hopefully, when the 2020 competition starts, that we're going to have a huge contingent of players from up this way.
Currently, how many players are involved or will start in the academy?
We initially had a training session around the All-Star game, and we had 20 ladies come down for that, which was fantastic. We had some fantastic talent there as well. And we're going to open it up to the youth girls, obviously with the state championships in October. We're going to obviously hopefully get as many girls from Peninsula and also the youth girls competition involved in that, and really have a crack at knocking off Brisbane.
And looking at the academy, as a coach and as a development manager, what are you looking for in a player?
To be honest, we're looking at just raw talent at the moment. That natural athlete who can come across from another sport, on those who, like for the Selena Goodmans, who's got the natural ability at the moment, just fine tuning that to get the skills from the AFL to sort of bump them up a little bit as well.
And Joe, just back to you, you were involved in the All-Star game that Kieran was talking about, and that was representatives across the state playing in the Gold Coast Suns colours and the Brisbane Lions colours at Metricon Stadium before the St Kilda match.
Yep.
Your involvement was as a coach of the Gold Coast Suns team, and we also had Selena Goodman and Luana Healy, both players from the North Cairns side, being involved in that game. How was the experience?
It was a great experience. You know, probably second to obviously being drafted for the Bulldogs or the Demons. The support that the Lions and the Suns have given or are starting to provide for female footy is fantastic. The fact that for me personally, I can go and coach at Metricon, fantastic. Great bunch of players. But for the girls, Luana and Sal, you know, their experience was invaluable. Playing with players at that high standard, playing in a nice stadium where they can experience the atmosphere. The crowd was pretty good, actually, for female footy.
Eventually down the track, you will be wanting more and more people to be involved in future All-Stars games.
Yeah, definitely. And to be honest, if we get the academy up running the way it should, when the 2020 competition comes around, we really should have a minimum of 5 girls in the state program, and I'm hopeful that over the next 3 years, if they do have the female game every year with the Bulldogs and the Demons, we should get at least 5 girls drafted into that before the 2020 competition as well.
Well, thanks guys for joining us today. It's exciting times for female footy in Cairns. We thank you both for your time. For all the viewers out there, it is round 1 for Women's League starting this Saturday at Cazalys Stadium after the Peninsula Championships. At 5 p.m, Menunda Hawks will take on Pyramid Power, and at 6:30, South Cairns will do battle with Central's Trinity Beach, with Joe, your side, North Cairns, resting up ready for round 2.
Yeah, can't wait.
For more information regarding round 4's action or AFL Cairns competitions, please visit aflcairns.com.au. We look forward to seeing you at the footy this weekend. Tune in for another episode of AFL Cairns TV next week. AFL Cairns, it's a great game.